what this all culture type is all about, right? So in team culture type, like the people who are normally the two most important thing is that the organization culture here is internally oriented. It means orientation or a focus more is on internal dynamics of the organization, and it focus or it emphasizes more on informal governance. Informal governance means informal type of relations between employees, and it is generally considered a very friendly place to work in. For example, normally Japanese companies or Japanese organization, their management style is considered very team culture. Like even beyond working, beyond this working hours, they develop a kind of a very friendly relationship uh, between each other. So that is kind of team culture where they truly care for each other. Okay. So here the relationship between employees, they extend beyond the organization. Okay. So that is called team culture type. Then the second important type of organizational culture is advocacy culture type. Advocacy, I think you must have studied. Advocacy means ad hoc in nature. What does ad hoc in nature means? It is not very permanent, right? It means it is kind of temporary. Ad hoc in nature means it is kind of temporary. So here what happens? Like some consultancy firms, they operate on the basis of, suppose they are involved in a project, right? So just for the completion, just till the completion of project, these consultancy firms, they will make some teams. So those teams will consist of people from different department. They will come together and they will work only for the duration of that project. So that is kind of ad hoc in nature. Here, their coming together is not permanent. Okay. So here again, it combines informal governance with an external orientation. How external orientation is here? Like they will have some external goal. Like if they have been involved in a project, that project is suppose they are providing some consultancy services to outside firms. Okay. So only for that, suppose it is project is for some particular duration. It may be for a year or for a 2 year or 3 year. So during that period only, where they need to serve their external client or external organization. So for during that period, they will come together, they will work as a team, and they will achieve the objective of the organization. And after their this goal is achieved, like after they have served their purpose for that particular duration, then these teams will be disbanded, and these people who were picked up from different department, they will again go back to their previous department. Okay. So that is called adhocracy culture type. That is for temporary purpose. Then third comes hierarchy culture type. So in hierarchy culture type, what happens? There will be focus on internal orientation, and it will be kind of like classical approach of the organization, where the focus will be more on adherence to rules and policies, and they will try to promote status quo or stability and order in the organization. Typically, government organizations, they are considered hierarchy type culture, right? Next comes market culture type. So this particular culture type can be seen in private organization, where there will be focus on uh, market competitiveness, innovation, efficiency. They are generally bothered about to get job done, to get their things done. So this culture is considered very highly competitive, and you will see more of such type of culture in private sectors. Okay. Then the next comes, having discussed types of organizational culture, we'll discuss about ICT and organizational culture. So as I told you earlier also, that introduction of ICT will have an impact on organizational culture. Like this is also it will introduce some social process of change in organization. It's not only technological process, as I told you. Then normally ICT will promote a kind of open culture. Like here, hierarchy will be reduced, right? And there will be more emphasis on innovation, individual initiative, and independence, because ICT promotes kind of knowledge economy, knowledge workers, knowledge society, right? So it's not necessarily that there will be strict adherence of hierarchy. For example, suppose there is an organization where even like junior most employee is having some very good knowledge, then accordingly that employee will have a say in like decision making. Okay, so here like responsibilities will gravitate to the person who can shoulder them, right? So this is type kind of knowledge organization. Okay. Uh, on the contrary, that is hierarchical culture, which is often visible in some formal organization like government organization or public sector. Here you will observe that there will be more emphasis on formalized nature, which often hinders personal knowledge sharing in favor of like normalization and codification of internal communication, because there will be some standard operating procedure, right? So where people they are supposed to follow those chain of command and all. Okay, so that is the like difference between ICT based organization and traditional organizational hierarchy. Then next comes there are some difference between bureaucratic organization culture versus digital organization culture. We'll quickly go through this. Bureaucratic culture, they are often considered defensive. Customers are distant; they're not very close because like there will be a lot of process and procedure between customers and organization. Then the data which is used to measure efficiency of this organization, bureaucratic organization, they normally measures past performances. And here data is used for live, like live, there will be live dashboard where their performance can be analyzed in very real time manner. Here it is based on reporting, like reporting of their performance. Here it will be real time, based on real time. And digital culture is also based on customer centric. It is more customer oriented. Then here detailed businesses cases required. Here lean product canvas. Lean product canvas means it can be used for like multiple different projects or multiple different products and services. Then it is risk averse and it fails faster. Risk averse means they have a tendency to resist risk taking. Digital culture, it fails faster means they promote like learning quickly. If they have to make a mistake, they will make mistakes and fail quickly, so that this organizational culture, they can use those failures uh, to gain some insights and learn quickly and build upon them. Okay, so please go through these other differences. They are very like self-explanatory. Then let us go to the next slide, that is core elements of a digital culture. So what can be the core elements of a digital culture? Like a healthy digital culture is considered as a very high performance culture. And there are three critical attributes of such high performance culture. Number one, uh, in a digital culture, which is high performance oriented, here employees and teams, they would be engaged to achieve results, more result oriented. So they would be committed to like their work, and they would be committed to achieve the purpose and goals of the organization. And for that, they can even work beyond working hours. That is what mean it means to extra mile, going beyond extra mile, willing to go extra mile. Then individuals and teams, they will work in ways that will that will advance the organizational strategy. Okay. Then organizational environment or organizational context, they will include leadership, organization, their design, performance management, people development practices, resource and tools, visions and values, and informal interaction, which is very important. And all these things can be set up to foster engagement, and they will also encourage behaviors that will ultimately advance or that will ultimately promote organization strategy only. Then these are the core five elements of a digital culture. You can just try to understand this, that a digital culture, it will promote an external rather than an internal orientation. However, as we saw that traditional hierarchical culture, they will promote internal orientation, but here digital culture, it will be open to external feedback as well. Then it will also focus on delegation over control. Like I told you that traditional organization, traditional classical organization, they would be more control oriented, but here they will focus more on delegation. Okay, delegation of authorities and responsibilities both. Then next comes these such organization, they will encourage boldness over caution. Okay, they will encourage boldness over caution means here digital culture, it will be more risk taking. However, traditional organization, they will be very cautious, like they will be risk averse. Then next point is they focus more on action and less on planning. However, traditional organization, they will focus more on planning and less on action. Oh, why it is so? See, in digital culture, what happens that the things outside the organization, they are changing very quickly. Okay, so in such an organization, uh, we cannot go with a like very fixed notion of planning, because if you have planned something for like very long term, and if there is rigid adherence to that plan, then what will happen, that the plan making for some duration was done based on some previous notions or previous ideas and knowledge. But meanwhile, what will happen, that in due course of time, things are changing very quickly, right? So, like there will be new developments, like there will be new techniques of doing things in a much faster way. So, accordingly, that planning has to be altered and modified. It has to be adjusted according to the needs of the time. So that's why they won't plan, like their planning will be very dynamic. They won't go for some static planning like traditional organization. Then the last thing is digital culture. Yeah, there will be values. They will value more on collaboration than individual effort, because it will involve a lot of teamworks. Teamworks not only within the organization, but it will be a teamwork of within and outside the organization. They will work as a team, not only with the internal employees, but also with the outside stakeholders. Okay. Then next comes digital culture. So digital culture and efficiency, and digital culture and social media. Okay. So here let us have some interaction. Uh, do you think, Harinath, that digital culture will improve the efficiency of an organization? Do you think that digital culture will promote transparency? Can digital culture reduce corruption? What do you think? And how it will reduce corruption, if you think so? You can type your comments in chat. Okay. So, okay. There is a very good example of this Bhumi electronic land record system, which has been introduced in Karnataka. So this is a kind of land digitalization of land records. So due to which it is estimated that around 7 million farmers, they have saved around 1.32 million working days just by like this digitalization of land records. So how this use of ICT, how it will reduce corruption? Even there are many initiatives of like e-governance initiative where this Jandhan Aadhaar and mobile Jam Trinity, Jandhan Aadhaar and mobile, where government has been directly giving subsidies in the bank account of, they're transferring subsidies in the bank account of the beneficiaries. So here there will be intermediaries and the middlemen. So they have been cut out of the system. Earlier, when there was more physical, or you can say very this cash oriented system, then the cash has to be transferred, and accordingly there will be a lot of corruption. So here, by this Jan Aadhaar and mobile Jam Trinity, government has been directly sending subsidies to the beneficiaries. Okay, so it is true that by this digital culture, uh, corruption can be reduced, and there will be more transparency. Okay, however, and there are also another aspect of digital culture, which is digital culture and social media, that also we'll quickly understand, because quickly try to understand. We live in a age of social media. You must be having account on so many uh, different social media sites like Twitter, Facebook, WhatsApp, okay, YouTube. So there are four major potential strengths, or you can say four major potential strengths of the social media in this digital culture. So that you need to understand. Like there is compared to earlier, after advent of, or after coming of social media, now we have greater collaboration between not only between people, between organization. Okay, then the participation of people in governance also have increased manifold, because even nowadays when you are you can give your feedback. Nowadays you must be seeing that even people are tagging some ministers when there are some lapse of service delivery or poor service delivery, or whenever there are some delays in grievance redressal, then nowadays people are tagging directly to the minister, chief minister, and other district collectors and all. So that we can say that participation of people in the process of governance have certainly increased. Okay, then next comes empowerment. Does digital culture empower people? Definitely yes. How does it empower people? Because here people have a say in the decision making. People can send their people can text their opinion very openly, and in a very real time manner they can give their suggestions. Okay, and the last important factor of this major potential strength of digital culture and social media is time, because here like your feedback, your concerns, your opinions, you can voice all these things in real time. Like there will be no delay. You can just directly tag somebody on Twitter. You can voice out your opinion. You can write your views. You can give your suggestions in real time. So this time has been also a very major potential strength of social media in this digital culture. Okay. So next comes digital culture. So having discussed digital culture and organizational culture, and how digital culture is influencing organizational culture, let us quickly understand and try to brainstorm. Let us try to think what are the barriers of digital culture. Can you you can also if you want, you can also unmute yourself and you can talk, uh, Mr. Harinath. or if you can like text your opinion in chat. Okay, am I audible to you? You can like unmute yourself, or just a minute, invite. Am I audible to you? Okay, I hope am I audible? Okay, okay, very nice. So can you tell me trouble my chat? Okay, no problem, no problem. So are you okay with chat? Are you okay with chat, Mr. Harinath? Is your chat working, or I think your audio is not working, right? That's okay, no problem. So what do you think are barriers of digital culture? What do you think are the blocks? What do you think are the problems that we are unable to use ICT in our organization? Okay, so these are the like four important barriers. There can be other barriers as well. First is resistance to change. Resistance to change means voice and chat not working. Okay, no problem. No problem. Okay. Hope I am audible. You are able to listen, right? So barriers and resistance to change means like there is unwillingness from the people in the organization as well as the people outside that they register this new way of technology, because often it is actually a human tendency that we want to resist changes, right? We prefer status quo. So here also in digital culture, what happens that people within the organization, they resist some new changes being introduced. Okay, so what it does, it basically tries to defeats the purpose. Like this is one of the most important barrier for ineffective implementation of uh, digital culture in an organization or even in public services. Like you will see that 1 minute. Am I audible? Voice and chat not working. I can hear. Okay. Can you mute yourself? I think I can hear some echo. Yeah. Then the next barrier is called digital divide. Digital divide means uh, like there will be differences in accessibility of digital devices. Like few people would have access to digital devices, and there will be few people who won't have access to digital devices. So the people who are not having access to digital devices, they are sort of already disconnect from being part of this digital culture. The people who lack access to digital devices, like the people who do not have smartphones and mobile phones, they won't be able to access those services digitally, right? So digital divide is like another barrier. The next comes digital illiteracy. Digital illiteracy means people, although are like educated, but they are not digitally literate. Means they are not aware of how to do this digital communication, and what are the way of interaction digitally. So there are some people like even in families, some old age people, they are having smartphones, but they don't know how to operate it. So this digital illiteracy is another hurdle or a roadblock to promote digital culture. The next comes digital infrastructure. Like geographically, you will see that ours is a country. In India, we have a lot of diversity. Here, diversity means I'm talking about digital. I am talking about physical diversity in terms of like mountain, rivers, and all tribal areas. So in uh, physically or some very remote areas, still there are lack of this digital infrastructure. Like they don't have this uh, optical fiber cables, or even they don't have mobile penetration. Okay, so that also acts as a roadblock for this digital culture. Okay, so and there is one more thing which I can remember. There is one more thing of this digital block, and that is there is due to see the mobile phones and other digital services, they are mostly available in some prominent languages like English and Hindi, or mostly in English. So what will happen, since most of the applications are not multilingual, they are available in one or two languages. So the people who are speaking different languages, like some regional languages, some tribal languages, so they won't be, and those people, if they are not educated enough to understand English or some other languages in which apps are available, so that also act as a roadblock or as a constant for such people. So language barrier is another barrier. And accordingly, like what is the way ahead? So way ahead can be like this resistance to change, it has to be reduced. Then digital divide has to be reduced. Then people has to be digitally literate. We have to educate them how to operate digital devices. Then we have to build a digital infrastructure at a much more massive and rapid rate. Though government is trying a lot, there are a lot of government initiative which we'll read in another chapter. Then language barrier, again, for that what can be done, like there should be some applications, or there should be uh, application in multiple languages, multilingual applications. Okay, so that is all. Then having completed this digital culture, we'll move to the next chapter, that is block 2, mission mode projects. So in this block 2 mission mode projects, again we have 4 units, 3 units, unit 4, unit 5, and unit 6. Okay. So unit 4, here we'll discuss about national e-governance plan, and in next class we'll discuss about unit 5 and 6. So in unit 5 we'll understand about national digital literacy mission, and there is one very important project of Kerala government, that is called Akshaya project of Kerala. Then in unit 6 we'll cover, there are some significant case studies of different states where they have performed very well in terms of service delivery to the citizens. So mobile seva is also will also be explained in this unit, and so that is how we'll go. Okay. So today again, having discussed chapter unit 3, we'll discuss national e-governance plan now. Okay, and unit 5 and 6 we'll cover in our next class. Okay, so let us discuss our national e-governance plan. National e-governance plan. So in this chapter, we'll quickly understand what are the objectives, major objectives, then what is the national e-governance plan, and what is the approach and methodology, then what are the implementation strategy, then program management, then components and core projects of mission mode projects before we'll sum up. Okay. So let us first directly jump to the what are the objectives of e-governance plan. So the objectives of e-governance plan, like it can be categorized into 4 different ways. Like there are 4 different or 4 major objectives. Number one, uh, the need for national e-governance plan, that also we'll understand. Then what is the approach of e-governance plan, that we'll come to know. Then implementation and strategy of e-governance plan, and core mission and mission mode project. So before going into the details of national e-governance plan, Harinath, first we'll try to understand, like there is a mission statement. There is a mission statement of national e-governance plan that we'll try to understand. So vision statement of NEGP, that is National E-Governance Plan, is the government wants to make all government services accessible to the common man in his her locality through common service delivery outlets like common service centers, and ensure efficiency, transparency, and reliability of such services at affordable cost to realize the basic needs of the common man. So this is the very broad and very important vision statement of National E-Governance Plan. Okay. So before that, now let us go into, like, there have been a lot of e-governance initiative at the center level, state level, district level, and block level. So based on the success and failures of those initiatives, there have been some lessons learned. Okay. So okay, let me see, there is one chat. Okay. So based on the success and failures of the different uh, e-governance initiative, there have been some lessons for us. So we'll quickly try to understand what has been that those lessons, and these lessons would help us to again formulate or restructure our existing e-governance initiatives, as well as for introduction of new e-governance initiative. So first lesson is, we'll quickly just try to finish it off. There is a need for political ownership at the highest level and a national vision for e-governance for successful implementation of the program. So as per this lesson, that there is a need for political ownership at the highest level. What does it mean? It means that somebody, some political functionary at the highest level, like prime minister at the national level and chief minister at the state level. So they should take the ownership for national vision for e-governance or state vision for e-governance, so that if there is a political ownership, for example, this is one reason that why prime minister, often you might be seeing our prime minister introducing so many different programs and schemes. So what is the reason behind this? The reason behind this is, by doing so, uh, there comes a political ownership. Like if our prime minister is promising a scheme and project, it means he is taking a political ownership at the highest level. And suppose uh, like after completing his terms, the prime minister, like, is taking that accountability regarding the effectiveness of that program, whether that program has become success or failure. For that, he has to take accountability. People will ask question, right? So that is why political ownership at the highest level is very important for effective implementation of a program. Then comes a dedicated team with a stable tenure. There should be a dedicated team for a stable tenure from within the organization to conceptualize and implement the program down the line. So I think this point is understood. Like there should be dedicated team also, and the team must have some stable tenure. It should not happen that the team who is part of the dedicated team, those members should not be transferred at like every 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months. They should have some stable tenure. Okay, for some stable tenure, so that they can work there and design something. Okay. Then next comes, we should explore new ways of PPP, that is public private partnership, in making e-governance possible. Okay. So by this public private partnership, what will happen? Like there will be collaboration between public and private sectors. By engaging private sector in PPP mode, what will happen? That there will be exchange of knowledge and access of private resources in the public sector. And private sector, what they will get? They will also earn in terms of revenue and profit. Okay. So it will be kind of win-win situation for both public and private, and for customer as well. Then there should be defined architecture, standards, policies, which should address issue of security and privacy. For this, recently, the government has come up with a Digital Data Protection Act, right? So that is kind of where there will be a defined architecture, and that architecture will also try to address the issues of privacy and security, like data protection. There should be consent and something like that. Then there's also an urgent need to develop the basic core and support infrastructure for e-governance. For example, here there are some basic core in our MMP program, Mission Mode projects of National E-Governance Plan. There are 31 MMP, Mission Mode projects. So they are kind of basic and core infrastructure, and some would be support infrastructure. Like there should be data centers, wide area networks, physical access points for delivery of government services. So these all are part of basic core and support infrastructure. Okay. Then comes need to start with small pilots before scaling up. As IT projects, they take a long time. This is also in a technical word. It is called IT projects generally have a very long gestation period. So since they take up a very long time to implement, and often there are like modification to be which can be incorporated along the way. So that's why there should be some pilot projects before scaling up. For example, if we are uh, trying to come up with a some very big IT infrastructure which has a gestation period or a total time period of 10 years. Okay. So rather than directly going for the introduction of that 10-year project, what we will do, that we will try to take up a small pilot project. A small pilot project means there will be a small like similar small project which is kind of test test testing centers, where we'll try to test that overall project, and it will be kind of pilot project. Okay. So what is the benefit of this? Suppose if something goes wrong, okay, in pilot project, so that can be like improved, and that can be few changes can be taken up, or that project can be modified. Like imagine what will happen if we directly go into that large project, and if something goes wrong in the middle of that project, then it will be very difficult to come back, revert back, and it would be very difficult to take up some modification or some changes. Okay. So that's why there is a need to start with small pilots before scaling up. And once our this small pilot project is successful, then we can scale up on massive scale, on large scale. Okay. Then next comes there are issues of re-engineering and management of change. They are of also very important in comparison with some technical issues associated with e-governance. Like there will always be some issues of re-engineering and management. So change management, that is also important. Like we saw earlier, we discussed that normally within the organization, if we introduce some new projects, new ICT based project or new technological project, normally people have a tendency to resist. And this includes like both people who are part of the organization and people who are outside the organization. Then the last important thing is there should be a program approach. It would need to be adopted, which must be guided by a common vision, strategy, and approach to objective. What does it mean? Program approach means like there should be overall comprehensive program means like all the programs of the uh, central government or at the national level, they should be implemented by uh, taking accounts of plans at the state level, districts level, and block level. So all these different programs, they should be integrated with the common program. Okay. So those are the lessons learned. Then like approach and methodology. What is the approach and methodology of the NEGP, National E-Governance Plan? So this we will just quickly try to understand. Like what the government is trying. Government is trying to basically learn from success and failures of the governance initiative across the country and the world. It means the government is also trying to learn from the best practices of within the country and across the world. and they're also trying to learn and adopt some changes from recommendations by Parliament Standing Committee as well as the Committee of Secretaries. Okay. Then the basic broad approach, we can just understand that there is one Department of Information Technology. So it will create basically common and support infrastructure like a state-wide area network, state data center, common service center, national state service delivery gateways. So this is the job of Department of Information and Technology. Then comes mission mode projects. So mission mode projects, what they will do, they would be basically owned by the various line ministries, their main ministries, and ministry and department. They would be held entirely responsible for all the decisions which are connected with the MMP. Remember, MMP stand for mission mode projects. There are some important projects. Then comes state government. So state government, like they would get flexibility for some state specific project. Okay. But in terms of like mission mode project, uh, they would be given guidance by the central government or ministry, those respective ministries, and they will also get central assistance when you are required. Okay. Then comes e-governance, like it would be promoted through a centralized initiative like NEGP, National E-Governance Plan. Okay. Then comes success would be identified, and suppose a plan has become very successful, then the same model can be replicated. The same model can be replicated into different states, right? So that is also that can be done. Then what else? Then the government will try to work on public-private partnership. Like they will try to use the resources and technical expertise of private sector as well, wherever it is feasible. Okay. Then next comes this period. This we covered. No, approach and methodology. Next comes implementation strategy, like how this program is going to be implemented. Okay. So again, implementation strategy, there are some important points. I'll quickly try to sum up. The line ministries and department, they are responsible for mission mode projects. I already told you. Then come state government, they are responsible for state sector MMPs, state sector mission mode projects, and there also they have to work under the overall guidance of respective line ministries. Okay. Then Department of Information Technology, it is a facilitator, and like it will create different pilot and infrastructure projects. Then Department of Administrative Reforms and Public Grievances, DARPNG, it is a department of the central government. So this department is responsible for, you just need to remember, generic process re-engineering and change management. This is very important. Like process re-engineering and change management means they are responsible for changing the attitude of the people who are part of the organization. And towards this, the government has come up with, like for bureaucracy, this department, DARPNG, DARNPZ, they have come up with Mission Karmayogi. You might have heard. This is a national like uh, program for capacity building of civil servants. Okay. Then comes Planning Commission and Ministry of Finance. Planning Commission, which has been replaced by Niti Aayog. So earlier, what used to happen, that Planning Commission and Ministry of Finance, they both had a power to for allocation of fund, but now this power to allocate the fund has been shifted to Ministry of Finance. Now this Niti Aayog uh, doesn't have this financial power. Okay. So this Ministry of Finance is like it can allocate funds for NEGP through plan and this expenditure. Okay. Then next comes implementation strategy. After that, program management, like how this program can be managed. Okay. So again, this program effective management of NEGP, a program management structure, it has also been created. Here, I'll just quickly try to sum up. There is one Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs, CCEA. All this document is part of your textbook. So you can just after going through, you can refer to your textbook as well. Okay. Then next comes, just a minute. Then next is National E-Governance Advisory Group, which is headed by Ministry of IT. Okay. Then next comes, there is Apex body headed by Cabinet Secretary, which is basically to oversee the program and to provide policy and strategic direction. Okay. Then comes Expenditure Finance Committee. It is a committee on this non-plan expenditure to financially approve projects as per existing delegation of financial power. Then comes State Level Apex Committee, which is headed by Chief Secretary. Okay. Then next comes Mission Mode Project. I already told you that a Mode Project, it is a kind of individual project which is within the National E-Governance Plan, and it focuses on one aspects of electronic governance like banking, land records, commercial taxes, etc. Okay, uh, integrated service, cloud by default, fast tracking approval. So, what are the components of MMP, Mission Mode Projects? Its components are like capacity building scheme, then awareness and communication scheme, then impact and outcome scheme. So capacity building scheme, it includes like institutional framework for state level strategic decision making, then special training, orientation program, like that. So that here, capacity building of government organization and the people who are part of the organization can be done. Then comes awareness and communication. In awareness of communication, what happens? The main objective of this scheme, it will build a like NEZP as an umbrella brand. Like it will spread awareness about what are the e-governance services and service delivery to citizens. So these are the its focus areas. Then comes impact and outcomes. So here it will undertake a what is the readiness assessment of states and union territories. It is done by Department of Electronics and IT. Okay, Information Technology. Then next comes standards and policies. They are also like component of MMP, where standards in e-governance are like high priority activity. So there would be focus on what are the like some best practices. They will share information and for this seamless interoperability. Interoperability means there should be uh, able to work across the different platform, okay, of data across e-governance application. Then core projects. I told you NEZP comprises of 44 mission mode projects comprising 15 central MMPs and 17 state MMPs and 12 integrated MMPs. These numbers are not important because they keep on changing. Then MMPs are owned and spearheaded by various line ministries, and state governments are responsible for implementing state MMPs. This we already know. Then comes this chart is very important. You can just go through like for your this multiple choice questions. You should be able to eliminate or you should be able to uh, go through this. Like what are the central MMPs? Like banking, central excise and custom, income tax, insurance, passport, etc. State MMPs, agriculture 2.0, commercial taxes, e-districts, land records, municipalities, etc. Then integrated MMPs, where both have a role, central as well as state government, common service centers, EBs. EBs is for business approval, e-courts, e-procurement, etc. Okay. Then we'll sum up. So India has a like a very strong presence in the IT sector globally. We know that we are considered uh, uh, we have a like lot of potential, and we are considered sort of a leader in our software engineering services. However, the benefit of the IT revolution, they have not been like truly percolated. Percolated means like it has not been getting to the bottom into the everyday life of the common man. Okay, particularly in rural areas. So, like experiments in IT-based service delivery, it has started early this decade. However, this NEZP, that is National E-Governance Plan, it is a very important initiative of the government of India. And the first time, there has been a lot of collaboration and cooperation and where information technology is being percolated to the masses or people in both urban and rural areas. So it can be said that though it has a very comprehensive and very grand objective of national e-governance plan, but we still have some roadblocks or some barriers. And there certainly has been like a lot of success and success stories of national e-governance plan. And now in this contemporary age, especially after rapid advancement in artificial intelligence and data analytics and machine learning. So this national e-governance plan has a great potential to revolutionize the process of governance. Okay. So with this, I'll end this class. And if you have any question, you can text me in chat. You can ask me any questions. Okay. And okay, thank you, Harinath. And if you have some question, you're welcome to ask me in chat or even later wise. And that's all. We'll try to cover both the unit 5 and 6 of our digital governance in our next class. Okay. Thank you. Yes, any important question? Okay. Important question this chapter. Okay. Okay. If are you asking are you asking anything? Okay, I can understand your chat is not working and your audio is also not working. So that's how. I'm uh, closing the session now. Thank you.